Oh, well, hello there. I didn't see you come in. How are you today?
Shut up.
So, we're back to Skype after almost, but not quite recording our first ever Raging Nerd On in person at a fucking wrestling event. I still can't believe that shit happened.
So we were gonna go see Miggs fight.
Fight. He was gonna wrestle.
I'm sorry, wrestle. We were gonna go see Miggs wrestle and do a little recording from the match. And what was it, like maybe 2 hours before?
Yeah, it was like a couple hours. Like I had family over, and I was like getting ready to tell them all to leave my house so that I could go watch a wrestling match. And you fucking call me with saying that the show was canceled with like the weirdest possible reasoning I could have imagined.
Yeah. I think the venue was like a firehouse or some shit. And the reason they gave the wrestlers was, we thought it was next week. So the place is locked up tight and no one's coming to like set up a wrestling match because they spaced on the day.
Like, I feel like there's fault on both sides there because like, wouldn't you be like calling to be like, hey, who's my guy? Like, who do I talk to when I get there to make sure we got everything and stuff like that?
Well, sure, that's not the wrestlers.
No, it's not.
It's the promoter or whatever, whoever runs the thing.
Yes.
So yeah, there's two people at fault, but at least somebody's got to get a calendar in this situation. And I feel that the firehouse should probably invest in it more.
Yeah, I mean, like they probably are putting out sexy fireman calendars, right? So just look at one and not just the half-naked dudes on the front,
What, am I, a homo? I ain't looking at Steve in his December months.
Steve in his December. God damn it, Steve, you always come in here with your warm, wearing nothing but a Santa hat for December. And yeah, it's beautiful, and you got rock-hard abs, and it's great. And I'm not really sure how I feel about myself, but sometimes I lost what I'm talking about. Did I forget a wrestling match? I don't know what just happened here.
I would get a wrestling match.
I sure wish there was a wrestling match to take away from all this weird homoerotic energy I got going on right now.
That'll be the thing to get rid of my homoerotic tendencies. A male wrestling match.
If only I had a wrestling match to see. Well, I don't have anything to do this weekend. I'm just gonna go home. Goodbye. That's probably what happened, right? I mean,
that sounds about right.
And scene. That's so we
didn't do it.
I was really bummed though, because I was really looking forward to seeing that, and then fucking nothing. So
I was too. So we were just gonna after that we were just gonna do our normal recording routine for that Friday night. And, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 minutes after I talked to you, I fell asleep.
Oh, what's funny is, I texted you afterwards to say, all right, so what do we got to do about the show this week? Because, that was going to be our show. And then, 3 days later, you texted me back, and, I fell asleep. And I'm like, what the fuck? Did he have a coma? What happened to him?
I was put under a spell. I ate a bad apple. And I couldn't wake up until that guy from the firehouse kissed me. Took him a few days.
Yeah, he had to work his way up to it. That was it. He was like, I don't know if I can do this.
But this guy's never gonna wake up to make fun of me if I don't do it. I better do it.
Better do it.
Turns out I really liked it.
Yeah, it's not gay if we don't use tongues, right?
I don't know.
This gay fireman is one of my new favorite characters.
I like him.
He's gonna join old Spider-Man as Mr. Spider-Man.
Oh, in a Hulu or Amazon produced buddy cop comedy.
Yes.
I'm in.
Tell me you want to watch that show? I'd be all over that thing.
Oh, yeah.
Be all over it like gay firemen would be all over dudes if it was okay.
If it was okay, which it is not.
Which it's not. I mean, no homo or anything, but yeah, but maybe just a little bit.
If it was okay,
yeah.
That's the title of the show. If it was okay, starring Firehouse Steve and Old Man Spider-Man, Mr. Spider-Man. I don't remember the character's name.
It was Mr. Spider-Man. So, but in other news, some crazy shit has been going down in Hollywood. You wanted to talk about all this fucking nonsense with Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah,
This
and
piece of
because I
shit.
fell asleep, we kind of got beaten to it by every other podcast.
Yeah, a little bit. So it's still news. It's still very much in the news. I was just listening to right before we started recording. I was listening to Hollywood Babylon from this week. Did you? And Kevin Smith talks about it because like so much of his career is tied to the Weinsteins, and he's like,
Yeah.
what am I gonna do? Like, he's like, first of all, there's like a bunch of people on Twitter going like, you got to give all the money back. And he's like, I can't give away money from 20 years ago. Like that money isn't around anymore. So it's like
why? Also, shut up, Twitter.
yeah,
Like, you give money.
yeah. You don't know how this
you're
works.
not giving anything.
Yeah.
So don't tell a guy who's busted his ass for 20+ years to give his money back.
Yeah. So
because somebody else is a dickhead.
Yes, and that's like he was really like broke up about it because he's like I've like championed this man for years because like I owe so much of my career to him, and yet it turns out he's a monster, and it's fucked up. And so he's like, well, what can I do for this? So he's giving all of the residuals that he gets from any of the Weinstein productions, whether it's Miramax or through the Weinstein Company, he's giving to the charity Women on Film, which
he's giving $2,000 a month
plus
on top of that, or was that his residuals?
On top of that, so he said like he realized like those residuals are probably going to be worth less now.
Yeah,
so because of like the loss of equity or whatever that like Weinstein had, the goodwill that Weinstein has in there, people are probably going to be buying less of those movies. So he said like I'm also going to be giving $2,000 a month there too, which is like he didn't have to do anything. It wasn't his fault that all this shit happened, but
no, of course not.
But good on you, Kevin Smith. Like good on you.
Yeah, that's doing something. That's doing what you can do.
Something to help make a difference. Because like, look, we're gonna be here and yelling about how dumb this whole thing is and how fucking not dumb in that like it's not warranted. Like everything that's coming out now, like yes, please speak about this stuff. It's important. I'm glad that women are finally able to come out about this kind of bullshit and this treatment in that industry. But like, we're going to talk about it on this podcast. Like Kevin Smith's actually doing something about it. Again, he had no obligation to. He had just worked with this asshole for a while. But good on him for actually, doing something and trying to make a difference.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it and say how dumb everything is. I'll say right now, I'm probably not going to be doing anything about it because I don't know what to do. The whole week has just been. Any social media I'm on, it's just, hashtag me too, or all these stories and shit from friends that I didn't, I never would have thought it happened to. Like a day or two after it happened, when Ben Affleck's video of him harassing that, I don't know, the comedian's wife, Jeffrey Dean Morgan's, I don't remember her name. I don't remember how we got started talking about it, but I was talking to Jackie, and she's like, if it's, I'm not sure if it touched her boob or not, but like, this is something that happened 20 years ago, and he might genuinely be a different man at this point, and people should probably try to take that into account. And I'm like, well, he's still a piece of shit for doing it though, and she was like, you know what, man, I have to deal with this shit so often at a place I've worked for 7 years. And, I let it slide all the time because it's just there are people who are going to change and there are people who not. And I've come to realize that I can probably recognize most of those people. And she told me a couple things that happened to her, and I've shut up about it after then.
Mm-hmm.
I had a ton of opinions and everything. I'm like, oh, fuck this guy. And I was all ready to fucking, rouse up my rabbles.
rabble. I'm gonna go in there, get my fighting pants on, and gonna go beat the shit out of somebody.
That's how I felt.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to throw some punches at people who, I am positive need some punches thrown at them. But
like Ben Affleck. That's
like Fuck BBS DOJ. That's what we're fighting about,
Yeah.
right?
Who's Martha now, motherfucker?
Why'd you say that name? I touched her boobie. But I've had so I shut up and just thought about it for a little bit, and after seeing and hearing so much shit from famous people and very not famous people and people who are close to me in my actual life, I realized that I have nothing to say on the subject at all. I'm never gonna be qualified to talk to a woman about something that she has had so much practice at, and I have had literally fucking none. I'm never gonna be sexually. I may not be rich, but I am a white male, and none of this shit is ever gonna happen to me. I feel gross, and I feel, I don't know why I feel gross, because I don't fucking do this shit, but I still feel gross and ashamed and fucking flabbergasted that this shit is so prevalent in society. In a society that's supposed to be progressive and nurturing and good, and there's just so many people who aren't fucking good on a level that I didn't recognize or honestly didn't really even give that much of a thought to on a daily basis. And I feel terrible about that, I guess. Just not, just walking straight ahead with, whatever's in front of me to look at, and not giving a thought to what women in general have to go through on a daily basis at their fucking jobs that aren't in Hollywood. That's at a restaurant, or at a fucking post office, or fucking wherever there's a shitty dude above them in a position of quote unquote power. And it's great to support women and tell them that that they can talk to you if you want, or if they want, and that you're there for them and you support them and everything. But it's after the week and after the talk that Jackie gave me, it's stupid and presumptuous to think you have any idea what you're talking about in a way to relate to them on any level. So don't try. Don't keep your opinion to yourself. Also, your opinion shouldn't be anything but don't fucking do that shit. But don't fucking preach to them. Don't talk to them like you know what they're going through, because it simply don't. I mean, there's some men who have been legitimately sexually harassed and raped and everything like that, and the same goes to you. But right now, this is not that issue. This is an issue that this is about women getting treated like dog shit, at least from the inception of this country, and I'm pretty sure that this country is one of the younger ones. Yeah. So, don't take part in the Me Too hashtags if you're a guy. It's just, this one's not for you, fellas. Sorry. Speak out and tell your stories, but this one's not about you. And
well,
I don't want to say let the little lassies have this one, fellas, but
they should. And what I'm hoping is that that this is something that is bringing light, and it allows the country as a whole to have a legitimate discussion about this kind of shit and put it all out in the open. Like, what I don't want to happen, and I think what's finally starting to turn, is that when these kind of accusations come out, it's, oh, well, she's just trying to get famous. No one is going to use that to try to get famous. Like, that is the opposite. Like, a woman has nothing to gain from accusing someone of this. There's no win there. It's not like it's like, oh, well, here's all the money, or here's all the jobs you wanted. None of that happens. No. It is a lose-lose scenario for everyone involved. So there is no one, and even like I read something, there was something floating around on Twitter that like put it in a really interesting way of even like the way that we talk about this. It's it actually takes men out of the equation entirely. It's like violence against women. So that is a passive way to do that. It's like violence is just happening to women. It's not that, there are men harassing women or men sexually assaulting women. It's just,
why did you walk into violence,
yeah,
lady?
yeah, like what the hell? Why don't you watch where you were going?
Watch
and you
where
could avoid
you're
that.
going.
Yeah, like that.
You dizzy Dane.
Yeah, get back. This isn't the kitchen. Get back there. Like that's obviously, that was a joke. I'm not like obviously saying that, but it's.
I think that's clear.
Yeah, but like that's what we're getting at. Like that is the culture of it is such that even the way that we think about it,
it's still their fault.
Is their fault. Yeah, which is the opposite of what should be happening there, and it's incredibly fucked up. So hopefully that as more and more of this comes to light, like. Harvey Weinstein is fucking destroyed. This guy, in a matter of days, was destroyed. And this is something that was going on for years. Years and years, this shit was going on. And yeah, there have to be other people that were aware of it in these organizations or stuff like that. But like
everybody's saying, like, yeah, sorry for waiting.
Yeah, but like that, like, to have all that, it's like, oh well, it's almost like people are going, well, why didn't you tell us sooner? It's like, bitch, we were trying to, and it's like clearly people were. I mean, like there are even things like the fact that he covered up all these things or settled all these lawsuits and stuff. Like that is essentially admission of guilt. Like, fucking hey, this shit happened.
The fact that there were clauses in his contract that had him paying a certain increasing incrementally amount every time he did this per year. It's astounding that something like that is in someone's contract.
Yeah. Or all the people that he paid off, and that the payoffs were contingent upon not speaking about it ever again. So they would, like, that's fucked up. So that is a way to kind of just keep this bullshit going, and completely unnecessary.
And for everyone who's fucking saying, it doesn't matter if you try to pay you off or how powerful he is, you should have said something. Okay, fine. I challenge you to go to your fucking boss tomorrow morning, tell him to go fuck himself in his ass, and see where you end up. Okay? If you go in there without the fear of losing your apartment and not being able to pay your bills and being out in the fucking street because you said fuck you to a guy who's above you and who's being an asshole, then I applaud your bravery, but I don't think you'll do that. So don't fucking, you can't get up people's asses about not saying anything when they were legitimately fearful for their jobs.
Yeah,
don't.
Their entire livelihood. So yeah,
I don't expect you to be empathetic to their situation, but you can fucking give a little bit of sympathy. As a person who, and I'm sure everyone thinks they're decent enough as a human being, improve it and have a little sympathy at the very least. That's the very least you can do, is be sympathetic to people who have been fucked over for decades.
Yeah. So it's also, 2017's, like, whereas 2016 was the year where like all the celebrities died. 2017 is like, let's fucking murder everything else. So it's just, first the fucking world is falling apart, is being torn apart by earthquakes and hurricanes, and like half of California is on fire right now, and now and fucking Donald Trump dividing everything, and it's like, if something, my only hope is that something good comes out of all of this, and that we change as a culture for it. But I know that's saying a lot, considering the year that we've had and the fucking current state of this country. However, like, right now this is like one of the only things going on in the news until Trump does some other fucking dumbass thing. But the fact of the matter is, like, look, let this keep staying in the limelight. Like, don't let this get out of the spotlight. Let it keep going.
No,
This continue
is something
to stay
that
there.
we can try our best to enforce.
Yeah.
Because I think the majority of people know men who do this. I do, and I haven't said anything, so I'm a part of the problem too. Um, it's not hard. It's difficult to do the right thing in the moment, but it's not hard to be good generally.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know of something, if you know of someone who's suffering from shit like this, don't be an asshole to them. Just offer a little bit of support and to be a sounding board they can vent against.
Yeah, I think I saw a headline. I don't know how much of a joke it was, but it was like, before you say something to a woman on the street, would you say this to a man in prison? And
that is fucking phenomenal. The answer is no,
yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
You
Just
wouldn't.
Don't. Yeah, you wouldn't do that. So maybe don't say it. Yeah.
If you're not gonna fucking Looney Tunes wolf whistle to a fucking guy in the yard who skipped leg day but no arm days ever, keep your fucking whistles in your mouth.
Yeah.
Also, I know our justice system is bullshit, but you got to stop being bullshit. You got to start putting criminals away.
Yeah.
Harvey Weinstein does not belong in a fucking sex addiction center. He belongs in a fucking jail cell.
Yeah, and how he tried to like turn all this around and go like, oh, I'm gonna turn my attention to the NRA. It'll be great. No. You don't get away that easy, bud.
No.
That's
You
like,
can't do it this time.
Yeah.
You lost your job. You're no longer in the Motion Picture Academy.
Yeah, but although people
dude,
did point out, like, look, the Motion Picture Academy still has Roman Polanski and Woody Allen in it. Like,
yeah,
you know,
but I mean, which is and Bill Cosby, but I mean, they're all shitty. Hollywood is garbage, and they're only focused on one guy. I mean, you could have fucking booted Woody Allen out on his fucking overrated ass a long time ago. You could have fucking sent someone over. You could have fucking hired a Batman to go get Roman Polanski and drag his fucking disgusting ass back into this country. But I don't know why Weinstein is the one to get sacrificed here, and it just makes me think that this is all going to go away pretty soon.
Well, that's what I hope doesn't happen.
Once something louder happens on the internet, then we'll go back to not giving a shit if women are treated like garbage. Well,
that's what we hope doesn't happen, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, this has to continue going on. Like, more and more investigations have to be happening, and I'm sure everyone should be on their best behavior. I mean, look, again, you should be. It's not that hard to be good, but like, they're. What am I trying to say here? It's like, don't let it get out there. Don't let people get away with it. And like, what I'm hoping is that like, people stand up for it now and like point it out more when it happens, and that women feel comfortable enough to speak out about it more now more than ever.
Yeah.
So,
to regular people, if you see it happening at a fucking bar or some shit like that, if it means you getting punched in the face a couple of times to make sure a woman doesn't get fucking raped or murdered or hurt in another way that evening, fucking do it. Because getting punched in the face just ain't that bad. That'll go away. You won't give a shit after a week. But that lady is. There's much different ways to hurt a woman that are employed more than ways to hurt a man. So think about that the next time you see one of your dipshit ape friends fucking slapping a girl in the ass out in public that he doesn't know, or stop catcalling. Just fucking call people out on the bullshit. I'm not saying take a fucking knife in the ribs. Because hopefully, you never know.
Be careful, everybody.
But at the very least, just try to get the lady away from the situation or something, or fucking pretend to be your boyfriend for a fucking minute or something until that guy leaves. Try to safely diffuse the situation, and if you can't, you got internet. I forgot I was right in front of the microphone.
Such a compelling argument. It's like burped into the microphone.
Yeah, you have a phone to call a cop with?
Yeah.
And it's everything's so terrible in this country.
There's a lot of horrible shit lately.
Yeah, so we all have to start fighting it.
That's it. Yeah, resist.
A better
that was the whole
and
thing, right?
More committed way than we do.
Yeah.
Me included. And I'm not fucking like...
A more hashtag activism.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm a fucking... I'm not going out there in the fucking streets with signs being like, cut your dicks off or anything like that. I'm not doing anything either. But it's time for me and it's time for all of us to start showing that we're better.
Yeah. Be better as just the human race. Like, that's the thing. It's like it's just half of the entire human race. Like, has the potential to be total dickholes, and it's kind of fucked up. So maybe just don't be an asshole. Like, that's like the big lesson with a lot of this. Just don't be a dick. So while that's all horrible, there are some good things in the world, like some of the trailers that we've seen recently.
There was just no clean way to segue into what we're supposed to be talking about. There just isn't.
Hey, and we're back. So no, but like at the end of the day, like again, don't be a dick, everybody. But look, this is also a comedy show, so we'd like to a nerd comedy show. So let's talk about things that make us laugh sometimes. So not to make light of anything that's going on in terms of this whole Weinstein debacle, obviously, but there have been a bunch of nerdy things that have popped up specifically for trailers over the past couple weeks that we haven't talked about at all, and I want to kind of like run through a bunch of these as rapid fire stuff and see what we like, what we don't like. How's that sound?
I wanna leave it for a little bit later in the trailer discussion, but I was putting Esme to bed, and she was like, "What are you going to talk about on your show tonight?" And I said, "Oh, we're going to talk about a bunch of movie trailers that came out over the last few weeks." And she was like, "I know what you're going to talk about." and I was like, "What?" She's like, "Star Wars." And I said, "Oh my yes." And I shut out all the lights and I screamed.
We're going to talk about Star Wars. She knows. That's adorable.
Yeah, she's a good kid. It's fun.
And you didn't say fucking in front of her again, so I guess that's a good week.
No. Well, she started it that last time. I get a free pass. If she gets a free pass, I get a free pass.
So, yeah, all right. You want to start at Star Wars? Star Wars Episode 8?
Holy crap.
Yeah.
I can't wait, dude. Everything that the one thing I thought that I was truly going to hate about the movie, the second it popped up on screen, I was
porgs?
like, oh my god, I love this most of all. When that stupid little fur penguin screamed with Chewie, I was like, oh man. My heart just shot out of my ass.
What I love, Gail Simone has been retweeting. People have been sending her screenshots of the Porg yelling, and then they've been putting like as a caption have been like lyrics to songs. So it's like ground control to Major Tom, and like just like it's been like it fits almost every single song.
Wow.
Yes.
That's gotta be one, right? That's gotta be a billion of them. Yes. Everybody thought about that
like,
joke.
Every fucking song, like fucking Bohemian Rhapsody, fucking Stairway to Heaven, anything fits, because at one point there's some fucking dude going, ah! Looks perfect.
That's awesome. But I'm gonna do that a bunch tonight. I'm not gonna tweet him out, but I'm just gonna keep him from me for little happy shots throughout the day.
Some people even like drew on it a little bit, so they gave him like Kiss makeup for rock and roll all night and party every day. So like that's fucking see, the internet can be a good thing sometimes. So
yeah, sometimes.
But what I get from Star Wars that I don't get from any other film franchise, and I think I've said this on the show before, is that like I get this like feeling of childlike wonder and excitement that like I get goosebumps when that trailer comes on, and it's like
me too.
It's just like
every time I watch it, and I've watched it a whole bunch of times. I annoyed Esme with it last night, actually.
So like really the rest of that conversation was like, you gotta talk about Star Wars some more, you fucking nerd.
You fucking loser. 36 years old. Look at yourself.
Look at yourself. So I just everything about it, just like, oh my god that, like I'm down. Like I cannot fucking wait for this movie.
Bro, Finn versus Captain Phasma.
Yeah.
We're going to see it. I can't wait.
Because, like, Captain Phasma, I feel like, really cool character, was barely touched in Force Awakens.
Total fetid in the last movie.
Barely in there. So I'm really excited to see what she can do, what her character's like and everything. Because, like, it was just a really awesome, like, oh, she's like a bitchin' stormtrooper warrior woman kind of thing. And I'm like, I don't know anything about this, but it looks really fucking cool.
I don't know if it came out yet or not, but she at least has a one-shot coming out.
Oh, a comic?
And it explains what happened to her on Starkiller Base before it was destroyed.
Okay.
And it like explains how she got herself out of the trash compactor, and then she went and covered up all of her tracks so no one would know that she gave them the codes for the shield.
Oh, yeah?
And then she fucking ditched out and let everybody die.
I haven't read any of the Marvel Star Wars comics. Have you?
No, not since they I don't know. I collected the first arc or two of a bunch of them when they first started. The only one I have the most of is Vader. I have the whole series I have the trade of Vader down, and I have like I don't know 6 or 7 issues of Vader, and I think about the same amount in the main Star Wars line.
I haven't.
And then
tried
I
any
got
of them
like a couple of the issues of Leia.
All right, so
Lando.
you've seen like seemingly sampled like almost all of them. I sampled them in some way. I haven't tried any of them yet. Like it's on my radar, and like they've had some awesome creative teams in there. I just haven't had.
You'll like them a lot.
Yeah,
they're really really great, especially Vader. Vader is awesome.
Yeah, I mean they have like a kick-ass team on it.
But yeah, Phasma's. I hope that. I mean, they should have shown that in the movie, but I'm glad it's out there. I'm glad there's a reason for her to be in this movie. A reasoning behind her being in the movie now. In Last Jedi, rather.
Mm-hmm.
If Kylo Ren kills Carrie Fisher, I'm going to lose my shit.
Yeah, that's going to be fucked up.
I can't watch
that
it.
Can't happen.
I don't know if I can watch Leia die.
Yeah,
I
I think they had to go back and like figure out what to do with her. I don't know if she's just in the entire movie or they had to go back and like fix something or what.
I don't know, but she was done. She was done filming. I don't know what's up. Like I think Mark Hamill said that she's supposed to be in 9 too, but I think
she was supposed to be, but I think they had to go back and like really figure out what the fuck they were going to do with it then.
Please don't kill her. Just have her out of the episode. Just have her in hiding or just fixing up a planet for the rebellion or something. I don't want to see her.
She's gonna go and be the emissary to Endor and just fucking hang out with Ewoks.
That's fine with me.
Yeah, she's gonna.
I don't watch Leia die.
She's gonna start a jug band with Jar Jar Binks and Wicket, the Ewok.
Emmett Otter and Wicket's jug band Christmas or jug band Life Day.
Would that be better or worse than her dying?
She's like, and you know what? If we get another terrible holiday special, I think it's worth it.
Like Han Solo died, so I found love in the arms of another, a Gungan named Jar Jar.
Okay, kill her. Kill her off.
Peace and love, Leia.
Oh, dude, Mark Hamill sounds fucking amazing in the trailer.
Yeah.
He looks great.
Because he's Mark Hamill. Like living.
Yeah, okay. Well, you can't say that. We can say that now, but like, think back to the original trilogy. Until Jedi, he wasn't very good.
No, he was like, oh man, I wanted to go to Tashi Station and get some power converters. Like, shut the fuck up,
that's
boy.
Character, but he is an exceptional old man.
Yeah, yeah. See, he just had to come into the role. That was it. He just had to age like 40 fucking years to get to Luke Skywalker, get it right. Yeah. But like he seems to be having a fucking blast. So good on him, man.
It looks so good. At the end when fucking Kylo Ren offers his hand to Rey, holy shit.
Yeah. Dark side, man. Like
you think so?
It's the offer for it. Like we still don't really know for sure what Rey's background is, although like everyone seems to think that she's Luke's daughter, right?
Yeah, I saw some theory that she's Palpatine's daughter.
What?
Stop it.
That's
Stop.
fucking
There's
dumb.
no way that guy's dick works. There's no way. The only workable dick on that man's body was his face. His head looks like a dick.
So I'm just taken aback by the phrase, there's no way that guy's dick worked. Yeah, I mean, come on. Look at that. Look at that wrinkly old fucker. Like, there's no way that's working.
No way, guys. I think it's Luke's.
I mean, it has to be, right?
I think she's Luke's daughter.
Yeah, it has to. Yeah, not Palpatine's dick. Not to be confused.
Palpatine's dick is Luke's daughter.
That's why Vader was like, no!
Dicks!
Dicks! Wrinkly dicks! This is so fucking weird. But yeah, like that, like there's a lot of good stuff. Like fucking Thor Ragnarok comes out in like 2 fucking weeks. And
yeah, can't wait.
And that looks really cool and I can't wait for that. But like knowing that Star Wars is like just a couple months, like not even a couple months, it's like a month and a half after. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, last night I was watching the trailer before Esme went to bed. And this is like my 3rd or 4th viewing of it, under the excuse of, hey, you want to see the porg? She's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, cool. You gotta watch 2.5 minutes of my shit though. What was I saying? Oh, I was like, I can't friggin' wait. And she was like, when's it come out? And I was like, December 15th. She's like, oh, that's not that long. And I'm like, you have no idea how long it is.
You don't know concepts of time, kid. Get out of here.
You don't take this away from me, kid.
But no, in reality, that's not. Like, we waited, we waited years and years to get 7, 8, and 9 anyway. So now, like, we're finally getting decent movies out of this, and it's fucking phenomenal. So yeah, take that. And it sounds like Disney doesn't really want to stop. Like there's 7, 8, 9, then make fucking 10, 11, 12. Like just keep going. Just keep it going. Why not? You get your money's worth.
We'll be long dead before Star Wars stops making movies.
Yeah. So I hope that I can live long enough to see as many as possible.
Hell yeah.
So that's why I guess it's like I have to start eating right and exercising just so it's like, why are you doing that? I got kids, I just got to see more Star Wars movies.
I just see Star Wars.
For all the wrong fucking reasons.
You know what else comes out next month? Wait. What month is this? Yeah, next month?
Justice League.
That
new trailer was definitely some moving pictures.
You know what? It was their best trailer.
I don't know. I thought the one before that was better. Because
I like this one better.
This one has like more of that fucking grim and gritty nonsense where it's just
I thought there were a bunch of jokes.
With jokes. There's like 2, and it's a lot of that like it has that slow moving we can be heroes thing on it, and it's like, oh god, this is gonna be all. Man,
unless you completely destroy the song, I'll listen to any version of that song. I love that song.
I mean, yeah, like the song's good, but I just feel like it's like a little like too on the nose.
Yeah.
And
sure.
like, all right, like it's like, look, it's grim and gritty, and look, they're so dark, and it's like, come on, man.
It looks like shit.
It doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't. And like the sky in what I think is probably going to be a full third of the movie, just that red gray sky is disgusting. Like that movie looks straight bad.
Yeah, and it's so disappointing because like, remember Wonder Woman? Wasn't that
so
great?
Good.
It was a fucking phenomenal movie. And then
Cyborg is like the movie's out in like 4 weeks, 3-4 weeks.
Really soon.
Those special effects should look way better by now.
Yeah.
They don't.
No,
It looked worse. And actually, Cyborg looks straight up worse than he did in the teaser.
And I want so much to like this movie. I really like. I'm going to go and see it. It's gonna happen. Like, I feel more positive about this than I did for Batman vs Superman. Like, I'm actually intending to go see this movie. Unlike Batman versus Superman.
I think I'm gonna wait to hear what everybody says.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna bother for a Friday or Saturday night thing. I'm like, maybe I'll go for a Sunday matinee if everyone's like, you should probably be at the movies now. But if I see like 5 bad reviews in a row and talk to some people and they're like, fart jizz all over it, like,
that's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna duck out again until it's out on HBO.
Yeah. And now we turn to the man on the street and see what he says about Justice League the movie. Fart and jizz on it, you know. Thanks, Jeff.
Jeff.
Back to you in the studio.
Back to you, Firehouse Steve. He ain't wrong.
Yeah. Speaking of jizz.
What about jizz?
Yeah, what about jizz? You got any? What's going on? Where do I get some? Yeah.
So fuck Justice League, maybe.
Yeah. No, but complete opposite reaction. Fucking Black Panther, man.
I have some problems with the CGI, but it's
don't care.
There's months, and yes, you're right. I also don't care.
No.
That looks
like
so the coolest friggin' thing.
Yeah, it does.
Ever.
It's amazing how I think I said this when the first trailer came out, but like with just a trailer, Black Panther just became the coolest Marvel movie by far and made every other Marvel movie look like nerdy white guys, which it is. But just like nothing but nerdy white guys, and it's just like, oh well, can we go? I have a Hulk. No, you don't, man. You don't have a fucking Black Panther. That's what you don't have.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Black Panther. Fucking top to bottom, like I mean, very small issues of the CGI, but I mean it's just a trailer and it's still pretty early. What was I gonna say?
I don't know. See, you can't think of anything bad to say about the trailer. Like
I can't. Top to bottom, it looks so rad. I mean, like at least we already know Chadwick Boseman is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else looks fucking amazing. Wakanda looks
nuts.
Coolest. I did not expect it. I thought, I honestly just thought that they were gonna go like everything's silver and very bland, but that shit looks like this. Like Blade Runner fart jizzed all over like something way cooler and like they made a baby.
do you know how babies are made? Like no.
Nope.
No, you just fart and jizz on a woman, right? That's all. That's how and then 9 months later a stork comes and delivers a baby.
Yep. That's what happened in this house. I think I was drunk. I was passed out.
So yeah, I love like we're big fans of Michael B. Jordan, and like the only thing like the weird like makeup or effects on his chest look weird. It's like why is his chest all bumpy? But
I think that looks cool.
It looked a little strange, but I mean I love him as a like being able to play a bad guy. Like I don't know that I've ever seen him play a bad guy, but
no,
like
right?
it looks so badass, and it's just like the soundtrack, everything about it just looks good, and that is a movie like I know next to nothing about Black Panther. I don't really know much. The most I know about Black Panther is in that shitty Marvel zombie story where like where Hank Pym has him caged up somewhere and he's just eating pieces of his body and
cutting off his leg every now and then.
That's it. That's all I know about. That's like the one starring role I've ever seen Black Panther in, and he wasn't even starring. He was lunch. Like wasn't anything specific. So I'm like so pumped about this movie because partly for that reason, but also just like that looks so good. Like that is a trailer that is going to get people to come out in droves to see that movie.
Everyone, like it's already a Marvel movie, and it's got the added benefit of looking like one of the much better Marvel movies. And Andy, I honestly thought Andy Serkis's fucking Sonic gun was gonna look dumb as hell. That shit is rad.
Yeah.
I love how it pops out of the middle of his fucking knuckles.
Yeah.
It looks so great.
And I love that it's Andy Serkis. Like he's playing this he's another one playing a villainous role.
Golem or Caesar or
he gets to actually act with his face. And like people can see him on screen and not just go like, "Hey man, that monkey looks familiar."
Yeah, no, and he's an exceptional actor with a great face. Like he looks so great in everything he's actually in.
Yeah, did you? He was on I don't know. He was on one of the late night shows and he read Donald Trump's tweets as Golem.
It was Colbert. Yeah.
It was brilliant.
That was funny as hell. Sad. It's so funny.
But like, yeah, that guy, like, he's like everything about that from beginning to end. We watched that trailer like 4 or 5 times in a row. Like, I watched it again, and then I was like, oh, I talked to Monica. I said, did you see this trailer? And then we had to stop and watch it. And then she watched it and like started to like try to like pause it at certain spots to look at certain things. Like,
sure,
looks really good.
Yeah, I want to hear Michael B. Jordan. I want a trailer that focuses on Jordan.
Yeah.
And I guess the villains in general. I want to see a little bit more of Man-Ape. I don't think they're calling him Man-Ape in the movie, which is probably a good idea because that one's probably that's the name that should probably get trashed.
Yeah, that's probably not a great idea.
But he looks fucking rad in the trailers he's in, just holding up Chadwick Boseman by his neck and screaming. Yeah. Like it looks so cool.
Yeah, it's great. Like, and they have like that is a character that's not as well known, but they're really putting it on like on a center stage. So like I'm so fucking pumped for that movie. I can't wait. That's that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else positive I can say, but there's nothing else. Like everything about that movie looks awesome.
Yeah, everybody's totally on board with Black Panther.
Yeah. Did you see the trailer for New Mutants?
I don't give a wet shit.
No,
like I don't care about that book, and that movie looks like poo-poo butters. It looks terrible and boring.
Okay, stop for a second.
Okay,
listen to me. Listen to this one. All right, it's a fucking horror movie.
Yeah.
And I had a thought after I watched it. I don't really give a shit about any of those characters either. However, I had a thought after watching that trailer, and it's let Fox keep the X-Men franchise. If they're going, so long as they keep making all of the movies that no one else is going to make. Marvel would never make a movie like this. They're never going to make a horror X-Men movie, you know? But they're making they made Deadpool, they made Logan, and now the next thing is New Mutants, and it's a horror movie? Yes, do that shit. Because if the X-Men franchise ever goes back to Marvel, it's going to be right back to the beginning, and it's going to come to me, my X-Men, and then here's fucking some bald guy in a wheelchair and 5 weird teenagers around him.
And then not Hugh Jackman.
Yes.
Right.
So they're not going to get it. Like, Fox has been making these movies for like 17 years. That's not like an exaggeration. They've been making these movies for a decade and a half at least. So they've gotten to the point where it's like, all right, we did all the X-Men movies. What else is there? Oh, there's a whole bunch of crazy weird shit? Yeah, let's make this. And that's the kind of stuff that Fox can be good at. You know, I know and I'm saying that knowing that like an episode or two ago, I talked about how they can run a franchise into the ground, and they can do that too. But I think that...
But this is out of the box.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay,
that's
I'll wait
for
another trailer, I guess.
I still don't know if I'm going to go and see that in theaters. Like, I probably won't even be able to, because, like, Monica doesn't do horror movies, period, even if it is an X-Men movie. So I'm probably not going to end up seeing that in theaters. I know how that sounds, that it's like, my wife's not going to let me see a movie, but it's just like, I kind of...
What, are you going to go by yourself?
Yeah, which I can do. I'm an adult, but I'm like, to be like, hey, can you watch the kids for a little while by yourself? Yeah. I'm going to go by myself to go watch a movie, so I'll be back in like 3 hours.
You don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Like, no.
So, yeah, I don't think that's going to fly. But in any case, like, I'm more... I had no, like, real insights into that, but when that trailer dropped, I was like, oh, okay, no, that's kind of cool. I'm glad that it exists, is more the idea of, like, make all the crazy shit. Do Shi'ar Empire. Do, trying to think of any other, like House of M. Like, you could do anything in there, in terms of possibilities when it comes to the X-Men, because they've been through so much crazy-ass storylines over the years. Yeah. Do it all. Don't care. Like, do Grant Morrison's entire run on New X-Men from beginning to end. Go ahead and do that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. I guess so. I mean, I get whatever. If you like that kind of stuff.
I get that. That's a good point. I mean, if they're forcing themselves to make child horror mutant movies, and Deadpool and shit like that. Maybe X-Men can be made into something cool again from Fox.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just don't care about the New Mutants, and so far I'm not interested in this movie. So it's a pass.
I haven't been won over even yet, even based on that trailer and how I like that it's something new and different. I'm still not won over enough that I'm going to go and make sure I see it in the theater. Like it hasn't won off. Like all the other movies that we talked about so far, Star Wars, Justice League, Black Panther, those are going to be seen in the theater for sure. But New Mutants, maybe. Like it's
yeah.
All right, it's got superheroes in it. Maybe I'll go and see this, but it's not sold yet. Like it has to have another like really solid trailer for me to consider that.
Yeah, I gotta wait for some more trailers.
Yeah. What other trailers we got out there?
Pacific Rim
Pacific
Uprising?
Rim. I just watched that before here.
Did you like the first one?
I did like the first one, although I thought like the ending was weird.
Yeah, well, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's a bad movie and it's a bad ending.
I liked the movie. It looked really fucking cool.
Yeah, it looked great, and all the robot monster stuff was great. But then you, with the exception of Idris Elba, you populated it with humans who are just the absolute pits, and they were so much of the movie. And Charlie Hunnam can go fuck his career in its fart butt. I can't stand that guy. Can't stand anybody in that movie except for I didn't like Charlie Day in that movie. I didn't like Ron Perlman in that movie. I just did not like that movie.
Well, Charlie Day is unfortunately will be typecast as his character from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia for the rest of his life. So he can never be taken seriously in any movie. So he can only do he's gonna have to work he has to do an Oscar bait movie to be considered seriously as an actor, because any other time someone's gonna be like, hey, Kitten Mittens, right? It's just never gonna work out for him, unfortunately. Because he may be a really great actor for all we know. He may be the next Daniel Day-Lewis. You don't know, but probably not. And that's unfortunate for him.
I didn't give a wet shit that this movie was getting a sequel. I kind of actively didn't want it to happen. But that trailer, when they announced Finn Boyega was in it, I'm like,
Finn Boyega? Finn Boyega was in it? His name is John. His name is John Boyega, not Finn Boyega.
Oh, I said Finn Boyega.
You totally said Finn Boyega, isn't it?
I'm not even drinking. John Finn. As soon as I heard Finn was in it, I was like, all right, let me see a trailer. The fucking trailer is cool as shit.
Yeah.
I like that trailer.
There's robots on robots, there's monsters, there's bigger monsters, all right. What else you got?
It's daytime too. That was one of my issues with the first movie. There's just too much darkness. I want light showing off a bunch of detail in these fucking things.
Yeah.
And I'm getting it.
Is Del Toro involved in this at all?
I think I think they slapped his name on as a producer.
Yeah.
Or creator or something. His name's on it, but I don't think he did anything. Yeah,
because that guy seems to be attached to about 1 billion movies. So
yeah,
I don't see where he would have time to do that in addition to all the other things that he's probably already doing.
No.
But hey, maybe you have an inside track with him. Maybe you can touch base with him and see what's up.
I guess I'll give him a call.
Let
me put you on hold real quick.
No, please don't do that. Please, God, don't do that. That was a horrible idea. The moment I said it, I was like, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that at all.
I won't call him. I'll call him off it.
Yeah.
But was there something else?
Did you see the trailers for Runaways, the show on Hulu?
Oh, yeah, I'm not into it.
Looks okay. It's very teeny, it's super teeny. It's very CW-esque.
Yeah, it looks like Smallville without the terrible costumes so far.
Yeah, but that book
I'm not into it.
Runaways,
and I didn't
is great.
Read the books yet, so
you've never read those?
No, I have no attachment. So
those are so good. The original series is the best. After that, it gets less so, but it peaks in those first I think it's 18 issues. It's really good. I mean, it's Brian K. Vaughan, and I mean, he knows a thing or two about writing really good stories, and that was like such a breakout role for him.
One that I just kept slipping away, I guess. But I have no dog in this fight, and the trailer it didn't do anything to hook me. Well, I mean, if I watched at least 2 episodes of Inhumans, I'll give this one a shot.
Oh, but speaking of that, I got in trouble because Monica wanted to watch Inhumans. She was like, "What is Inhumans? What's that about?" She likes Ramsay Bolton, so she was like, "Oh, maybe we'll watch that." I'm like, "I don't know about that." I'm like, "I don't know." And then you said you were gonna watch it, so I went and did, and then I got in trouble when she listened to the podcast and was like, "Why the fuck you watched that show without me?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm sorry." See, that's
Monica,
the thing.
If you like Ramsay Bolton, don't watch Inhumans.
That's the thing now. Like it's like cheating in the digital age is watching a movie without your significant other. It is.
Yeah. Like I used to get I don't do it because I don't know how to make the red Netflix bar go away after I've watched something. You know how
to like rewind it?
Yeah.
I think if you just rewind it, I think that does it.
Oh, well, now I can't do it because Jackie's just going to assume that I do it all the time now. But yeah, it's not if I go out and suck a dick, she's not going to care as long as I don't watch Patton Oswalt Annihilation without her.
What's that all over your face? Oh, just fart.
Just fart jizz.
Oh, not again. Well, you didn't watch Patton Oswalt, did you? No. All right, that's fine. Just go clean yourself up so we can watch this together.
Yeah. So we watched it last night, but she had rehearsal last night. So after the kid goes to bed, and after I've watched the Star Wars trailer 6 more times, I had nothing to watch. I've been meaning to watch that Def Jam special, so I checked that out, and man, oh man. Some of these guys are terrible. Cedric the Entertainer has never been entertaining. I forgot how much I hated D.L. Hughley.
Oh, D.L. Hughley. He had a show at one point, like The Hughleys.
Yeah,
it was named after him.
It was bad. I don't know, but other than that, him, Cheryl Underwood, and Cedric the Entertainer, for what I watched, I only watched maybe 40 minutes. It was great. If any listeners out there who are a fan of the old Def Jam shows, check out the 25th anniversary special on Netflix. It's fucking awesome.
Okay. I haven't watched the new Patton Oswalt special though. That's on my list.
It's very good. Pack your tissues, buddy.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, is he going to talk about his dead wife?
Yeah, it's like the last third of his act.
Oh. For
the first 5 or 6 minutes, there's no jokes. He just goes off. He tells a story about how he didn't know how to tell his daughter it happened, and it's fucking brutal.
Oh.
Yeah, it's rough. And
that's a comedy special.
We're a comedy show, and we spent 25 minutes.
Yeah. I guess
telling jokes.
I guess I can't criticize him.
About some shit, man.
He knows. Yeah. He knows a little bit more about comedy than we do. So.
Pshaw! I just coined the term fart jizz.
What has he ever done?
Nothing. Only 9 or so excellent comedy specials. But hey, I'm the fart jizz guy.
Hey, that's BJ Fart Jizz Booth.
I'm taking it to Def Jam.
You're gonna somewhere, a few years from now, someone's gonna be like, "Yeah, I really like that new Def Jam special, except for that guy Fart Jizz that kept just yelling about shit for 10 minutes. What was his act?"
kept screaming farges, and this one's for you, Shuckie Duckie. Farges.
Shuckie Duckie? What the fuck?
He's a comedian.
Okay.
Okay, pretty sure you made that up.
Yeah. I'll take your word for it on that one. Shuckie Duckie. Yeah, I don't think I have any other trailers.
I don't think so either.
I mean, Thor TV spots are hitting now, so that's coming real soon.
I have not been watching them. I don't know why. I wanna have the most fun possible with Thor.
Yeah, I've only caught a few
because
there were some on the as commercials on the stuff for the CW, so I caught like a few of them just because it was there, but like I'm not like actively seeking them out on YouTube or anything.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I did see? I saw the spot with Korg.
Don't know what that is.
The rock guy.
Oh, okay.
I kind of cracked up. I can't believe he sounds like the guy who plays him. Taika Waititi. I can't believe a space rock sounds like he's from New Zealand.
I mean, adorable. Isn't that where they're from? I don't.
I guess so. Yeah. I didn't know, but that's canon now.
Yeah. He was a cool character in the comics too.
Oh hell yeah! I watched Planet Hulk the other day too.
That wasn't bad. I mean, they had to change it. They had to change it to Beta Ray Bill instead of Silver Surfer in the thing because
I like that movie a lot.
Yeah.
Beta Ray Bill is cooler than Silver Surfer any fucking day.
Yeah, he's a giant space horse with a hammer. Like, come on.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
I think that was like one thing that people were pissed about. But yeah, like I think that Silver Surfer, the rights were over at Fox, so I guess that's why they couldn't do it. But yeah, what are they gonna do with it? Yeah, we got anything else? Yeah, we're at an hour. Let's wrap this sucker up then.
Sure.
Yeah, so bunch of trailers. I don't know that we missed any, but if we did, hit us up, ragingnerdon@gmail.com or at ragingnerdonpod on Twitter. Otherwise, the usual stuff, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, all that nonsense. You could find the show, but I mean, you found it somehow if you're listening to it right now. So wherever you found it, do that again. You know, that's I feel kind of weird because it's like, do I really have to explain that to people? Like, you're listening to you got this far into it. Maybe you're an intelligent human being, and I don't have to tell you about those things. So, but yeah, that's it, folks. I have been James Ferguson.
Shuckie Duckie is real, motherfucker.
No, he's not. I'm gonna Wikipedia that shit right after this episode.
YouTube it.
Yeah, no.
And turn it up real loud next to your kid's bedroom.
Yeah, that's all I need. It's probably some fucking horror movie that I don't need. Nerd on, everybody. It's called Shuckie Duckie. What the fuck is that?
The man's name is Shuckie Duckie.
No, it's... It's probably some like Howard the Duck ripoff that.
He would come out before Steve Harvey was like famous. He would come out in like very dull looking Steve Harvey suits.
Okay.
And like he would tell this joke, and then he would like kind of loosen up his body and kind of like stoner walk across the stage a little bit and go Shuckie Duckie. All right. Def Jam was weird, I guess.
Well, I think this episode is going to be called Shuckie Duckie now, so...
We're going to get a lot of listeners.
Yeah!
We're gonna have a download spike, and then we're going to get a lot of letters. Shuckie Duckie isn't in this fucking thing.
I came for the Shuckie Duckie, and I stayed for the fart jizz.
I stayed for the fart jizz. I think Shuckie Duckie might be dead.
All right, new title, R.I.P. Shuckie Duckie.
Maybe. Parentheses, maybe. You'll have to listen to the whole episode to hear Shuckie Duckie once. And then just have another white guy be like, I don't think that's a thing.
And not only that, but like not accurately report whether or not he's dead. Just
we don't know.
We don't know one way or the other.
I actually like the guy.
He might be dead. He might be alive. He's Cheshire. What is it? No, fucking Schrodinger's Chucky Ducky. We don't know.
Schrodinger's Chucky Ducky. Is he in the suit or is he not in the suit?
Fucking Shuckie Ducky. Fucking imaginary friend bullshit. I don't